Take 5. It is Monday morning, 10:45, and it is September 27th, 2021. And I am Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher. And how are all my beautiful stitching friends today? I hope really good. I have a beautiful visitor to help me today with my video. Yes, this is one of my lovely lilacs that's blooming in September. I have had lilacs on that tree all month. No one around me has lilacs on their trees. I have 4 trees, and I have one that's blooming. It's the same one that bloomed last autumn. So I'm getting blooms in the spring and the autumn. It's crazy. The Lord has just blessed me. I know heaven smells like lilacs. He's showing me. He's thanking me. He's giving me a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. But I haven't been picking them because I wanted to enjoy them, but I just had to bring this in and put it in water so that I could share it with you. And let me show you this. I've got my maple tree. The leaves are starting to turn colors. There's less than 10 leaves that are red. But look at that. Look at that. Wahoo! No, I like the warm weather. So anyways, yes, it's been a lovely 2 weeks, and I have been stitching. And and I did want to say this. I have a new subscriber, and her name is Camilla Black. Thank you for subscribing to this fat face. I guess that means I'm doing something right if I have quality people like Camilla watching me. And Leslie, of course. And Amanda. And all of my other beautiful subscribers. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I don't ask you to subscribe. I don't ask you for anything. All I want to do is share my love of stitching. And you will get a dose of the Lord because He works in my life in incredible ways. But this is Day Nymph. Look at Day Nymph. Isn't she lovely? Now, I'm going to bring it over. Right up here is where I'm working. I'm doing her skin over 1. I have the rest of her upper back. I have her right arm and hand, her face, and her hair. Then I need to do a little bit of back stitching and put the pony beads on. And I will be done with her. And she is just beautiful. And I could see her flitting around my lilac tree in the morning, just as the sun is cresting the hill. And I just love her. And I did get my night nymph in the mail. And she's going to be equally as lovely. The picture does not do it justice at all. And I have everything that I need to stitch her. I am going to stitch her on this blended needle. It's Wig Art Cashel, 28 count, in Blue Clouds. And I have started something else on it, but it's going to come out, and I'm going to use this blue to stitch it on. Because night, I'm thinking of dusk, as it's getting darker at dusk, and it'll be a darker. And I think this will be just beautiful. The blending filaments and everything are just stunning, especially that copper-colored blending filament on there. Blue is a beautiful color. It's Leslie's favorite color. And she slowly is loving pink, which speaks highly of her. Love you, Leslie. But anyway, so I've got everything that I need to start on Night Nymph. I've got some treasures coming, because I looked through the treasures that I have, the Mill Hill treasures, and I found one, and I'm not real crazy about it. So I put, like 10 of them in my cart, 1, 2, 3 stitch. And slowly over a week, I sort of weeded it down to 3. And I've got 2 stars and 2 different stars and a heart coming. So those, we'll see what those look like. I'm at this time, I'm sort of leaning towards the heart, but we'll see, because she is Night Nymph. I was thinking stars would be more appropriate, but I also have more beading needles coming, and I needed more black nut, Valdani black nut floss, because what's left from Day Nymph is not going to finish Night Nymph. So, and I love that black too. So, I also ordered some designs. These are all new in this autumn cross stitch season, from Homespun Elegance, the Acorn Farm Tree, which is darling. It's the back of a pickup truck, and there's a cat and a pumpkin. It's just so cute. Sandra did such a wonderful job on that. It's different than most of the pickup trucks that are out there. You'll see a side profile. She did do a side profile one called Pumpkin Picking Truck, and I ordered that one also because it's really cute. I also ordered from Scissortail Designs a new design called Purple Pumpkin Patch. And you may have seen that if you've gone through any of the shops online or at your cross stitch shop. It's purple pumpkins. Now you could take any design that has pumpkins in it. You could turn the pumpkins purple. You could stitch them in purple. But this one just really, it just sort of captured my heart. And then the last one, and I want to start this. I want to start it so bad. It's called Jerusalem at Dark. And it is by the Cooler Designs. And it says, dream of faraway destinations every time you gaze at this colorful, warm landscape. Bursting with emerald greens, warm purples, and golds, the stunning Jerusalem cross-stitch looks at the old city with a view from the Mount of Olives. This warm and detailed Jerusalem at Dusk cross-stitch depicts images of sacred Jerusalem, such as the ancient walls and fortifications under the twilight sky. You can see this piece 100 times and still find something new. The stitch count is 282 by 145. It was stitched on 18 count fabric, and it's 15 by and 5/8 by 8 inches. And they stitched the model on white antique Ada. Now, I want to do it on a blue, maybe like this cloud blue, or maybe a little darker. It does have like golden clouds in it, which you sometimes see when the sun sets. But that would look so pretty under pretty with a darker blue fabric. So, or even a gray fabric, but it might even be pretty like with a burnt orange, because what is it? Red skies at night, sailor's delight. Red skies in the morning, sailor's warning. Wouldn't that be neat? That would be beautiful sunset. But I am enamored of it, and particularly now with I'm doing the Bible in a Year podcast from Ascension, and I love the Bible podcast. I got Leslie interested, and now she's doing it too, and she loves it. And when we talk on Wednesdays or Saturdays, we talk about Bible podcasts that we've listened to, because she's Wednesday she was at day 8 and I'm at like day 80 86, 87, 88, somewhere in there, close to 90. And I enjoy them. And I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot. It really does bring you closer to the Lord. So that is my progress on Day Nymph, stash that I've ordered, stash that I've gotten, and let's look at got some. I do want to show you these are things that I've finished, and this is a really old design, and this was where it was an alphabet, a backstitch alphabet where you could make sayings or whatever, sayings or names, but I had started these for my best friend that I had at that time, and the buttons are, I just think it's a really cute alphabet. I don't know whatever happened to it, but the friend that I had, her and I, we came to a parting of ways before I could finish these. But I got Victoria and Sean. So if you have a Victoria and a Sean, like grandkids or kids or something like that, and you'd like to finish these up, send me an email. My email is down in the description box, and I'll see about getting them to you. So that's one of the finishes. Maybe that was in a magazine that I got that. The buttons are pretty cheap too, because they're just they're not fancy buttons or anything like that. But anyways, you could use two hole or 4 hole buttons. This one is the Lizzie K Monthly series. You can see that I got to May. Maybe someday I'll finish this up. And I know this is probably a good 10 years old, maybe 9 years, 8, somewhere in there. But I sort of wish I hadn't stitched the borders on them. I don't know why, but the little buttons are so cute. This is their itty bitty. I don't know, you've probably seen these, but look at that little tiny button there. It's very cute. Lizzie K, just a talented lady. Anyways, there was that. That's a whip. And oh yes, this is Lizzie K's Halloween one. As you can see, that's as far as I've gotten. Very cute. Another whip. I like the fabric that it's on. I don't know what the name of the fabric is. And this one is a very old one. This was probably back in the 80s. And this is a Leisure Arts one. And Peggy Dickey is the designer. And it's these they're all old-fashioned kids. And so, and I won't finish this because I was a new stitcher at the time and I didn't cut the fabric big enough. So but I just loved it because there's frogs in it, and dipping the hair in the inkwell, and all of that little nonsense going on there. That is so cute. There's a little boy under the desk trying to get his frog. That's a throwback to a very sweeter, more genteel time. And this one is a Trella design. And it's a shopper. I've still got the design. Don't know if I'll ever finish it. And this one is a finish. And it had a beautiful bow on it. And it was a stand-up. It had like disco ball buttons on the bottom. And it was in the backyard. A husband and or dogs assisted it in getting out in the backyard, dirtying up the bow, and the little legs are gone. This is Dear Self. Today I will shine. And I love that. So, right now that's the last of the whips that I wanted to share with you. And so I think that I may find more in the future. But I'll tell you some things. I'm thinking about maybe having like a contest, like maybe once a month or something like that. And I want the people who watch my videos from beginning to end to, I don't know, I didn't really want to do giveaways. But this wouldn't really be like a giveaway. It would be like a game where I would have a word, like a secret word that I would give to you somewhere within the video. And it would be a unique word. And I would say, for instance, so the secret word is glucosamine and chondroitin. And if you had watched my video, you would say, oh, Sandy just said her secret word is glucosamine and chondroitin. And then you would not put it in the comments, not in the comments. You would send me an email. The secret word is glucosamine and chondroitin. And then I would tell you, I would pick from those emails within the given time, and they would get, like, I have lots of duplicate patterns that would, and I mean, some of them aren't cheap. Some of them are like kits, just Nan kits or something like that, you know. And then that would just reward the person who watches my video from beginning to end. And I won't tell you, and you'll only know about the contest if you've watched this video. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think that might be sort of fun. And, or I'd say, you know, next video, the secret word will be Guyana. And then sometime, well, no, that wouldn't work either, would it? I would say the secret word is, or the, I'll figure it out, okay? But I was just thinking that might be sort of fun, something different. Sort of like a bingo, maybe like making a bingo. Give you a bunch of words, and then you send me a copy of your, I don't know. I'm thinking of a contest, something different, just something different. But anyway, so what was I gonna do? You've seen my, I got a bread maker over here. I got it yesterday. I'm excited about it. I read the directions twice, and I still can't figure out where the dough hook goes. So I'm going to read the directions again. And if I can't find it, then on Wednesday, Leslie is going to help me. I've got Skype on my cell phone, so I can Skype her on the phone, or I can Skype her on my laptop. But I'll do it on the phone, that way I can show her the inside of it. I'll figure it out. I'm really excited about it. I want to make homemade bread. And I've also been doing, I made some seasoning salt. It was a recipe that I got from Dining on a Dime. And I made a big batch of seasoning salt. It's salt, pepper, paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. So I got that all ready to go. And I've got a big quart jar of cucumbers. I'm making sweet and tart cucumbers, and they are so good. I got the recipe from my one of my co-workers when I worked at Caremark, when I worked at the call center. Caremark, CVS Caremark. So, yeah. Now, as for freebies, I've got 3 different sites that I wanted to talk about that I'm going to put links to down in the bottom, in the show notes. And I just feel really discombobulated because, like, this is the 5th take on this thing. But V and Company, and I don't think that I don't think that they're publishing designs anymore. But it was her blog, and there are, in her blog, she has some that she was selling. But on the right hand side of her blog is complimentary gifts for you, and a huge list of free designs, and they're darling, absolutely darling, for every holiday. You need to go check it out. They're great. They really are. That's V and Company, and that site is down below. And then we have, this is a newsletter that you can get, but she offers a free cross-stitch design every day. It's only free for 1 day, and after that day, you can purchase it. But you get the newsletter, you see whether you like the free design or not. You can go and you could go and check. You have to go through, I think, a checkout process to get it, but they don't ask for payment. And that's daily cross stitch. And I do, they're more like, I call them color book designs, where it's large areas of stitching of one color. She just had a turkey the other day that was really cute. I don't like them all of them. In fact, I would say maybe 5% of what I get I like. But and last video you saw a picture of the vegetables that I was going to put on that chicken wire frame. That was a daily cross stitch design. I do have paid for a year subscription, which I think is $20, but you don't have to do that to get the free ones. So that link is down below. And the last one link that I'm going to share with you is called DIY 100 Ideas. And I found a retro, they call it a retro bag, but it's like an old-fashioned purse. And it looks like a tapestry piece almost. It's got lilacs and cabbage roses, and it's a beautiful free design. And they did it on black, and I was telling Lizzie, I think I want to start that January 1st. It's a pretty big bag, but you know, you could almost do it and make it into a pillow or something, or put it on a tote or whatever. But I think it is a stunning bag, and to stitch the lilacs and the cabbage roses is just, be still my heart. Takes around 50 different colors of floss. I would recommend doing it on a dark color if you don't stitch on black. But I like it on black because it really makes the pattern stand out. But that link to the retro bag is down below, and those are the 3 places I want to share with you today. So the next thing that I like to share is a biblical passage or a big biblical verse that has touched me. This one is from Isaiah 26:3, and it says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. And that really spoke to me. And when I wrote it down, I changed you to I. So I will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because I trust in you. I guess it should be, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because Sandy, trust in you. I like that. It's really hard to keep in perfect peace these days. There's a lot of nonsense going on. A lot of hate. A lot of hate. And Leslie and I had talked about this, because whoever you are, you should be proud of who you are and where you come from and your ancestors. I don't care what color your skin is or what your culture is, or you should be proud of it. And I was telling Leslie, you know, I come from the whitest of the white. I'm the no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am a white girl, and this was triggered by, I got an updated percentage on my DNA from Ancestry, which I had done years ago. And I was sort of stunned how, for instance, my Scottish DNA went, it like plummeted 21%. But then I've been really surprised at my Nordic DNA going up so incredibly. But to me, that means that they're defining, that means that my ancestors were in like the UK, Scotland, Ireland, way far back, because you had all of the Vikings that got in their little ships and they were conquering the countries as they went through. One of the countries that they couldn't conquer was Scotland, because the Picts, P-I-C-T, were such furious warriors that the Vikings just fled. The Roman Empire couldn't even defeat them. So I come from a very warrior type of ancestry. Not only that, I come from very intelligent ancestors in Germany. Germany, before it was Germany, it built the first universities. They were, you think about scientists, German scientists were well sought out during World War II, because they were inventing these horrible things, but these real innovative weapons. So the Germans are known for their universities, the English, Scottish, Irish, and Nordic countries, Denmark, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, they're all had different Vikings, different warriors that went over. Actually, my family, my DNA has moved up to the Faroe Islands now. So it's, yeah, it's, I'm very proud of all of that. I'm from very fiercely tribal people I come from. And I'm really proud of that. That DNA just sort of is like a soup inside of me. And I can see it in my every, I'm fiercely loyal, and I love to learn. And so I'm very proud of that. And so I know that's not everybody's family history, but everywhere, if you, China, Japan, Russia, the Mideast, Africa, they've all got wonderful history. So we need to embrace and learn about where we come from and fall in love with who we are. And I do. I love who I am. So anyways, what am I working on? I'm gonna finish up Day Nymph. She's gonna be done by the next video. And I'm gonna keep dwelling in perfect peace. And until then, I love all of you. And thank you for putting up with this fat face. I'll get you my beautiful lilac once again. Oh, she's a 7. Just heaven. You want to smell, Noah? You want to smell? Can you smell that? He says, I want to lick that. He's a licker. Anyways, thank you for sharing your day with me. Thank you for listening to me. I love all of you. Go get some freebies. God bless.